Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. This is Dregn Durant at the Yasuhiro88ch, and I hope you are all ready for another night of Horizon Exploration, the channel's science fiction tabletop RPG based off of the 5e system. Very heavily homebrewed, but we're going out and going at it as we go out on an adventure, a space adventure, with 5 good party members and friends that have been joining us. We're now on episode 21 tonight, so we'll be jumping in here very soon with a brief recap and introductions of our players. And well, unfortunately we are going to be down a Koji as he is having some internet issues at the moment, and unfortunately IRL priorities are taking place, so we'll be jumping in minus Koji. We'll be talking a little bit about what is going on with Koji and why he may have stepped away in game. But with that, how about we drop down and get into it? So here we go. Let's just make sure I have everything set up. All right, down we go. And go ahead and make ourselves full screen and get the game in here. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to leave the placeholder on for Koji, so let's go ahead and activate that. There he is. And as we've introduced, he's going to be grayed out, as you can see, and Koji will be on the sidelines for tonight. But with that, let's get our party members in here, shall we? All right, is everybody here?
No.
Hello.
Nobody's here.
Nobody's here. Oh, I'm hearing the voices again. The voices, they won't go away. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Let's start at the top. Brief little introduction for all of our players, for all of our viewers. Sam Stonewill, played by Peter.
Hey everybody, it's Peter. I play Sam Stonewill, the group's technician. And one of these days, I'll be Koji in a arm wrestling match. It might be today.
Might be today. Yeah, you never know. And next up, Maxine Beck, played by Sean.
How's it going? I'm Sean, also as Bill. And I'm playing Maxine Beck, team's resident marksman, and things are going all right, so I'm starting today's session sitting down.
Ooh, that's a rare occurrence these days.
You haven't said anything too controversial yet that's got his blood rushing.
Maxine gets all her steps in when we play.
Yeah, no kidding. Next
Yeah,
up,
we should put a watch on you and like see how many steps you do.
not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Cadin Lumin, played by Calvin.
The other troublemaker, I feel like sometimes, also sometimes responsible.
Sometimes, all the time, maybe.
Every week, a little less and less mysterious.
10% of the time, it's all of the time, right?
Yeah. All right, and last up for tonight, Daario Cortez, played by Sergio.
Hi everyone, your resident ranger of the group, Daario Cortez, and thank you for having me again.
All right.
I've got a
Always.
question for Dario. Do you have other machines that are not Grey Ghost?
Wouldn't you like to
I
know?
Yeah.
Wait until you see his
you're
SMG
gonna-
transform.
Mm-hmm.
All these robots in disguise.
Yeah.
For some reason,
That's what I
color is
call it.
yellow and he calls it Bumblebee. I don't know why.
No. And it randomly beeps and messes around with the radio. It must be broken.
Look, we can't get DMCA'd. You gotta change up every name.
Oh, sorry, it's
Bumblebug.
Hornet.
Yeah, that's the Hornet.
Oh man. All right. Well, quick little recap of what happened in our last session. We did break out episode 20 into 2 parts. We had to cut our episode 20 a bit short, and we reconvened. What was it? Was it last week? I don't remember anymore. We're taking too
Look,
many
like
breaks.
all your favorite movies, they have 2 parts now.
Yeah. It's all a multi-part series. That's what we're doing
Yeah.
here. Each episode is actually broken out into 10 pieces, 3 hours long each. So yeah, that's a
There's
man.
an ad every 3 minutes.
Come on, I'm not Twitch, man.
My favorite thing is anyone ever say like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch 3 episodes today," and you're like, "All right, cool." They're like 3 episodes of D&D. You're like, "Oh."
Yeah. Oh man, what are you doing? I'm just watching people doing what? Talking. Huh. All right. But last time on episode 20 of Horizon Exploration, the party, having completed making a copy of the documents and data that they had acquired from Grimes' shop, off on a little side objective of theirs, as they were initially trying to help out Grimes' shop and ended up, I think, with more favor from the Narrow Trade Company, who the initial dispute was with. And, well, having completed the transaction, or at least what was missing of it, which was to return and, well, essentially remove all traces of a prior business transaction that was done between Grimes' shop and the Narrow Trade Company. And, well, the party did make their own private copy, which did appear to have gone undetected, at least as far as anyone is concerned. And as a reward, the Narrow Trade Company had given the party a payout of 10 million credits, which initially 5 million of that, I think, was supposed to go back to the Grimes' shop, but we'll see if that happens in the near future. But while they were at the Narrow Trade Company, I should probably grab the rest of my notes, pull them over here. But Mr. Cooper, the admin that they had spoken to at the Narrow Trade Company, had brought up I suppose gosh, what do I want to call it?
Opportunity.
An opportunity, yes, that's a perfect word for it. But Mr. Cooper had, being quite satisfied with the work that the group had done and the diligence, the speed that they were able to complete it within 36 hours, well, he decided to offer the group another challenge that they might be able to set out and resolve for him and the Narrow Trade Company, and in return promise that they may, with the improved relationship, may be able to provide some additional support for what they are doing here on Aurora Green. And, well, I believe we had ended the session as you had all departed the Narrow Trade Company, and we're about to set out to decide what to do next. Now, with Koji sitting out tonight, Koji will likely be initially hanging out in the vehicle. Depending on how the night goes, Koji may need to step away to deal with some family matters, but we'll see how tonight unfolds. But with that, the group, Sam, Maxine, Cadin, and Daario, all of you are back at your vehicle, and well, I think that is where we're going to be continuing tonight, episode 21. Will the party be venturing out of Fontaine briefly to intercept this approaching group from the east that the Narrow Trade Company is concerned about, and wishes the group to determine what their intentions are approaching the city? It seems that they are a bit concerned with this group, and they didn't quite divulge the reasons why, other than they were unsure of their intentions, having lost contact with one of their agents who would normally be helping to keep tabs on the group that was sent to the planet. And go ahead.
Does anyone remember how long it takes for them to get to Fontaine?
From where?
For us to intercept these other four group?
No, I don't.
We should have maybe a few hours if we want to meet them on the way.
If it's a few hours, maybe we take 30 minutes, supply ourselves, and then meet at the edge of Fontaine?
Yeah, we could probably take some time to do shit like that, I would imagine.
Are we preparing ourselves to battle them?
We don't know.
We should try to figure out who these people are and why they're targets of interest.
When I was exploring Narrow Trade Company, I saw a bunch of weapons, and if these are the type of people they hire and they supply, you can be sure they might have some weapons with them.
thought that crossed my mind is that they might be related to that that drop ship we came across, or one like it. The numbers don't seem like they add up. Could be misremembering something, but there's potential these are like the people that touched down and immediately just offed half the people in their ship. So if they are, I mean, no reason to worry about them being anything worth saving, but we have very little to go by without actually interacting with them, I think.
Agreed.
So I guess, will we get to a point then where we'll need to, I guess, intercept them and talk with them to understand why exactly that we're here? Or why they're here, I should say?
That could be possible. We really won't know till we try. They may not want to be intercepted.
We've got a bad feeling about this.
I just don't like the unknowns. We don't know who they are, what they want.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel like we got a lot to go on from Mr. Cooper, especially if we're just gonna be looking for some folks. I mean, and even right now, you guys are speaking about preparing to, I don't know, like as if they're dangerous people. I know we don't know, but the fact that...
Prepared then to be caught off guard.
Yeah, true, but I guess, I mean, if they're not dangerous, I hope that we're not gonna plan on making this a terrible situation for folks that maybe are here for maybe purposes that maybe Mr. Cooper don't agree with, but maybe are just, you know, not for bad reasons.
No.
In the words of the old scripture, as Grumpy once said, mark my words, there's a trouble brewing.
Wasn't something like like those that don't prepare for trouble are grumpy or something like that? I don't know. I feel like there's a better one than that.
Grumpy wasn't always the philosophical one.
I see. Okay, so let's make a quick stop. We'll resupply on it. What do we need? Does anyone actually need anything? What are we grabbing?
I'd like to find some kind of like EMP device. Maybe like a grenade or something we could use, because if they're coming in a vehicle, what if they don't stop? Maybe a way to make them stop.
Not really something we're gonna find at, you know, like the gas station. We don't really know the area to go shopping for that unless we head back to the narrow trade company see if they are willing to supply it. But I don't have anything.
I search in my Omni device, Big 5 Sporting Goods.
Yes, the EMP grenade I used to hunt my bass with.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or the futuristic equivalent of it is now.
yeah, you're looking for a big 9
Yeah.
arms dealership. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. Actually, investigation to use your device.
Investigation. Okay. Come on, Bing.com.
8.
8.
Yeah. So, as you look about, so what kind of keywords are you looking for?
EMP spelled out, electromagnetic pulse, grenade.
Okay.
Sold. Near me.
Sold near me. All right.
Not
Sure.
used.
Sure. So to give everyone,
Facebook Marketplace everywhere.
Yep. Oh man, you're gonna get the nearest available in a galaxy near you. But as a reminder to everyone, let's see here. Oh, nice. They added an option to choose who to show certain things to. Okay. Well, I'm gonna show it to everyone for now. But the group is currently in the city of Fontaine, which from the outskirts, as they had previously approached the city, looked something a little bit like this.
Yeah.
Don't mind the naming format there. And currently, within Fontaine, the group is just outside the Fontaine Business District, which can be found on the northwestern part of town, very close to the admin district, but otherwise on the western borders of the central areas of Fontaine. And within the Fontaine Business District, the group is currently in the proximity of, once again, the Narrow Trade Company. And Sam, as you do your search, you get some mixed results. As you look for these keywords, a lot of the outputs that you get back, your search results, are talking a little bit more about purchasing an an EMP kind of online. There seems to be some auction sites. There's also mention of what the device is and kind of the science behind it. But you're going to find a page, a hit, that is located in kind of a very high level planetary map that seems to be pinging kind of your location. And nearby, in the southern part of the Fontaine Business District, there seems to be an Electro Wares store that seems to claim to have a EMP that they distribute for sale.
Okay, guys, maybe this place has one.
And it has a 3.5 stars out of 5.
Perfect, the perfect rating.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to maybe do a little window shopping. I don't know what you think, Maxine.
I feel like my best source for getting things is at Narrow Trade Company, but even then could be difficult to get what I'm looking for. Granted, this is a job for them, so maybe it might be worth a shot.
When I was in there, everything that was a weapon had this kind of security lock on it, and if you took it out of the room or out of the building, it would shut off. And if we were going to borrow, let's say, weapons from Narrow Trade Company, I think it might come at a price.
That is the worry. Well, we could look into this option, and we can keep, I don't know, think about other options as well, something to fall back on if this doesn't pan out.
Anything else you guys are looking for?
I'm good. I flex my hands.
We... Did you stop a vehicle with that?
Let me check. I feel like I could do.
Let me check. Does he look at
Yeah, when he
intensely at his
checks, can you-
It's been a while. I'm just trying to remember.
Is he looking at his fingers?
I have the potential. I could maybe figure something out, kind of in a roundabout way to make a vehicle stop, but I don't have anything to physically stop the vehicle.
Yeah, most of my ways of stopping a vehicle, I suppose, are probably also roundabout.
If we could get ahead of them and we knew where they're doing, we could set a bit of a trap. I could maybe stop a vehicle then, or I could potentially try to stop the vehicle another way, but it's a hit or miss. It may not work, and it won't physically stop the vehicle. They might stop the vehicle themselves.
Well, so we're not wasting time. Let's go to this one spot here first, and if any of you think of something else you need, speak up.
Sounds good. We're already in the. Weren't we gonna return Tan's money, or not Tan's?
Tans? Who the hell is Tans?
I'm off on a tangent.
John?
John's, yeah, John's
Oh, you're
money.
close.
John's hand. Basically the same. That is my intent. I'm not sure.
We doing that after? Is that what we're doing, or?
I think Our best bet in that case is for one of us to go do it.
I guess we'll cross that bridge. Let's go, I guess, deal with this other thing first.
Yeah, we don't have time limit on this, I'm sure.
It's not like he's going anywhere.
True. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll deal with that afterwards. This one we do have a clock that we're running out, so we do have the benefit of, in a sense, a home field advantage. They're coming to us, so we can prepare. Let's get this EMP and hope.
As I punch it into Waze, how far is the shot from us?
Is there a car accident along the way or something?
Weren't you the one that said we had to rename everything?
Yes, he was.
You mean okay? So you punch it into way easy, and all right, yeah, it's gonna take you like 10-15 minutes to get there on the highway.
All right, cool. We can make it.
The default app on the phone isn't Maps. It's Starlanes or something,
It's
right?
Omni Driver,
Yeah.
Omni Maps.
Yeah, it's not Waze. It's omnidirectional.
Yeah. All right, so you guys are heading down to a place called Electro Wares. And yeah, going from the Narrow Trade Company, you guys retrieve your vehicle, depart the area, and get up on the Fontaine highways, which fast tracks you to the kind of southern part of the business district, which is a bit halfway in between where Grimes' shop and the central business district is located. So these locations do still contain some larger kind of shopping areas, some structures that seem to be a bit more on the up and up, not kind of warehouse looking. And yeah, you follow your navigation and find a place called Electro Wares. And when you get there, it almost looks like a large a cross between, what's a good example here? It looks like a cross between a sporting store and a furniture store, right? Furniture stores usually you can kind of look inside, see a lot of it. There's various kind of sections for different categories, maybe even like a micro center type of a computing store that has it all kind of sectioned out. And yeah, you find the shop. It's a pretty large looking structure, and there seems to be quite a lot of foot traffic here as well. People coming in and out.
Well, let's go see what they have inside.
All right, when you get inside, let's see. Sam, knowing what you're looking for, I'm going to have you give me a perception roll as you walk in. But the rest of you, including Sam, as you look around, you're going to find that there is a large shop that contains
20.
a large variety of like electronics. There seems to be some mechanical goods. There seems to be a section kind of off to the left of where the entrance is, where there's various kind of firearms that are being sold, and in a bit more of a secured area. There does seem to be some standing kind of guards there as well, making sure that no one is misbehaving where the firearms are located. There is several signage up high above the different aisleways and areas. Several of them one of them mentions like ordnance. Another one is talking about what looks like mechanical gear. Another one has augments. Another one has gadgets, and seems to be a pretty wide variety of different gadgetry that you could find here, different tools, different equipment in general, but all appear to be kind of techie in nature. And Sam, with your 20, when you kind of look up and around at the various signage underneath ordnance, you see a section that says, there seems to be abbreviated underneath and kind of subcategories, throwables, incendiaries, electrical, and there seems to be some categories there that lead you to believe that under the ordnance section might be what you're looking for.
Ooh. I think I found what I need. I head over there.
GM, I would like to see if I can go to the section where there's binoculars.
Sure. Yeah. There's a sign that you spot. Your perception was a +2 or 3?
+3.
It is.
Sorry,
3.
I was looking in the new format. Yeah, +3.
Yeah, they changed the page a little bit too. All right. Yeah, with the +3, you're gonna find a under kind of like an equipment section. There seems to be one labeled for optics as well, which you believe would suit your needs.
Okay. And Daario will head that to that aisle or department.
Okay. So, anyone else looking for something now that you're here?
Nah, I'm just gonna wander and look at shiny things.
All right. If not,
I mostly want to browse, but I'm gonna go over to the firearms.
firearms. All right. Okay. So, Cadin, you're gonna have a choice as the group kind of splits off and sees if there's any equipment that they need. But Daario walks off to the kind of right side where he's looking for some optics. Sam, you're going to go to the left side, not too far from where the firearms are, but where the ordnance is. And Maxine, walking past where the firearm storage is and display is, will kind of stop and start walking closer to get a better look. Cadin, who are you going to be tailing?
I was just looking for something shiny to look at. I didn't really.
You're just gonna be browsing around.
Yeah, I wasn't really planning to look for anything.
All right.
So.
All right. So in that case,
He finds the core.
It's hidden in this tech store.
Oh, what is this Rubik's Cube looking object? It has
I just
10
wandered in
sides.
the background. What's this very large glowing orb with all these cables hooked into?
Yeah. What does this button do? All right. Well, I'm gonna give you guys an option to either speed up the shopping process, or if there's something in particular you'd like to do, go ahead and interact with a shopkeeper that you'll find behind the counter for each area.
Should I be that team member? I want to steal something. No, just kidding.
Wait, what? You're gonna be a team member? You're gonna join the family here?
I tries to steal everything. I was going to take something.
All right. Well, while we're at each section, how about you guys give me an idea of what you're looking for? So, Sam, you obviously want the EMP, right?
Yeah, EMP grenades. If anyone comes asking me if I need help, I do not.
Okay. Sure.
But I'm gonna take EMP grenades, and then I don't know how many I can carry. Let's say I take 4.
Okay. I'm gonna have each of What are you talking about?
There's that meme when the guy goes to the hardware store. Do you need help with anything? I know fucking more than you.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. That's how you treat people? Get out of here. All right.
That's
But
what I'm imagining him doing.
Sam, I'm going to have you give me another perception roll as you look around for the object. Yeah. All right.
13.
With a 13, Sam, as you look around the shelves, and there seems to be a lot of kind of secured containers that contain various forms of, there's incendiary grenade-looking objects, there are fragmentation, there's kind of electrical, there's even see one that seems to be labeled toxic. But you find one that seems to be electromagnetic, and they seem to be bundled into like a 3-pack.
Ooh, I take a 3-pack.
All right. Take that right off the shelf.
The value.
The bargain shopper.
Yeah.
Buy and pull.
All right. You grab a little 3-pack carton of EMP, what look to be little throwables about the size of what is it, like a large orange shape, lemon shape, whatever. But Daario, as you head over to where the optics are, you find a large shelf of all sorts of visors. There's your traditional looking kind of binocular optics, but there's a wide range of them, almost as if you went to like a hardware store for computer peripherals, you might see the wide array of different mice and keyboards and headsets. It's very much like that, but specifically to optics.
You get that one brand that everyone uses. Oh.
Aiden, you're browsing. Shush.
Okay. I speak to myself as I look at random stuff.
Yeah.
So Daario will be looking for, let's say, mid to above average tier binoculars, if there's like an option for ones that have, let's say, not dark sight,
Night vision.
Night vision, yeah.
Night enhancement.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have you also give me a perception as you kind of browse around and take it all in.
Oh, that
Nice.
is a
Daario,
natural one with a 4.
as you're looking around with your natural one, you seem a bit lost and confused as someone walks up behind you and says, "Hello, sir. Is there anything that we can help you find?"
Yes, and then I'm trying to look for the name tag on the employee, assuming it's employee.
Yeah. So there's a man that walks up in kind of a very clean, fancy-looking outfit. He seems to have a interesting-looking visor. I forget, what are those visors called that have the little stripes across them that you see in like the kind of techno?
Headband?
No, it's those it's like sunglasses, but they have
I
the little...
got a bunch of them when they were at frat parties. They would give them out to me.
Yeah. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Roll sunglasses.
God, what are those even called? But yeah, it looks like a very sci-fi kind of pair of sunglass shades that you might see out as like cyberpunk or something. But yeah, he's looking at you, and well, if you're looking for various forms of vision enhancers, well, we have a wide variety, as you can tell. Might I recommend a few of these brands here, as he selects out kind of 3 from the shelf, and they all come in very, very fancy, hefty looking packaging, very much like what you might find with peripherals today that have all the RGB labeling and looks all fancy and colorful. There's even like a holographic kind of front on one of them that kind of projects as he holds a button on the side of the box, and it kind of projects a 3D image that rotates over the box. This one here in particular has 5 different vision enhancement modes, from thermal to infrared to night vision to...
I hate this guy already.
Stereoscopic.
Does he try selling like contact glass? Like just a piece of glass on a stick?
But he's giving you kind of a pitch of all 3 of them here, and well, they all seem to meet your needs.
Well, thank you. And your name was?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. On his chest here. 1 second. It says Seymour.
Seymour, thank you for assisting me today. And I guess looking at the one that he recommended, kind of looking at the box, it seems, I gotta seem to trust him. And what's the price on this one here?
Oh, you can get this one here for a low price of 85,000 credits.
85,000 credits.
It's quite the steal. Normally, this would go for about 125,000 credits, but right now we have a special promotion going on.
Okay. I'll take the box. Man.
Oh, fantastic. Could I perhaps interest you in a carrying case as well? This would ensure that your purchase does not get damaged from any forms of travel.
I think for now, maybe next time, Seymour, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think maybe for next time, but I'll definitely keep it in mind the next time I'm coming here.
Oh, well, that's all right. Come with me. I'll help you ring you up. And would you like to buy our extended warranty program? This will ensure that if it gets broken or injured, or if there's any sort, or not injured, but if there's any sort of mechanical failures, you can bring it back within 2 weeks, and we'll give you a free replacement.
Seymour, you drive a hard bargain, my friend. I think I'll be okay without the warranty.
All right. Well, last thing, this is something that the higher ups make me say, but would you like to partake in the manufacturer's extended warranty. This will ensure that if there is any manufactural defects up to 4 weeks, we'll be able to provide you a manufacturer's replacement.
I'm okay for now, thank you.
All right. Well, we hope that you enjoy this. Could I interest you in joining our club program? This will give you a 5% discount in today and any future purchases.
And then, is it just a free sign up then?
Well, it's
Or
a
is it
free
like a
sign
credit?
up for the
Is it
first.
credit?
It's a free sign up for the first month, but after that we have a recurring 4,000 credit for membership fee. But if you come here often, you'll get well worth your money's worth.
Oh, Seymour, how can I say no to you? But I think today I will have to.
All right. Well, here, if you ever decide to come back and you change your mind, here's my card.
Daario looks at it and holds it up in his hand and says, Seymour, you have done a great job today for you and your organization. Thank you for all your support.
My pleasure, my pleasure. It's what we're here for. We're here to support you, our happy customers. And if you're feeling so generous, on the back of that card, if you scan that code, you can leave me a review, and that really does help me a lot.
Oh, I'm going to do it the first moment I get home.
Excellent. And as he's ringing you up, he's just kind of giving you the biggest smile, not really breaking eye contact, kind of doing it all as if he's been doing this for years and years and years. But all right, you will acquire for 85,000 credits a binocular with a multivariable vision suite.
Oddly enough, for a character named Seymour, I wanted to see less.
Say no more is his cousin, you know. All right, next. Yeah. Okay, Maxine, as you are looking up at the firearms, there's a large variety that is kind of behind a gated, or not gated, there's like a force field almost that seems to be transparent, but there's some kind of definitely a layer of protection between the consumers and the display. There's also a couple of cases that seem to have some reinforced glass off to the side. Not nearly as many as you might find in a kind of gun display that we would encounter. Much of this might be more reminiscent of kind of maybe like what we've seen in Star Citizen or other sci-fi games, where they kind of just display it all on the wall and it's all kind of just sitting there, and there's some holographic details that can be selected to pop up. But there seems to be a large variety of kind of basic tiered firearms, ranging from kind of pistol size to SMGs to shotguns. There's a combination of ballistic and energy, as well as a few specialty items. You see a rail gun off to the side. You see what seems to be a heavy flamethrower looking object off to the side as well, in kind of its own special display. And you see what looks to be a few kind of energy sabers that are on display. Not quite your typical lightsaber looking object, but these are a bit more kind of angular, and currently there is no blade. This just seems to be kind of handles up on the wall, and there's a section that says kind of energy blades. But are you doing anything in particular, or are you just going to be browsing?
I want to look at some price tags on on all three of those specialty items you mentioned, the railgun, flamethrower, and energy saber. I'm curious about all of them. But beyond that, I would like to look at their long guns. Specifically, I'm looking for any manufacturers I might know that ideally are not connected to Dynasty.
Okay, I'm gonna have you give me a history roll for that.
Yeah. History roll, my specialty, with my
amazing
natural one for a 2.
Fun. All right, so as you're looking at some of the firearm dealers here, many of these seem somewhat foreign. You do see that there is a There's one brand in particular that does stand out, that catches your eye. That is Gold Star, which you feel like you've seen a few of your colleagues in Dynasty or in ASEC carrying firearms that had a gold star on the side, and you wonder, well, that one must be tied to Dynasty. But looking at the other names, you're like, well, shit. Dynasty, a lot of the Dynasty equipment has been proprietary, at least the ones that have been kind of handed out and distributed to the personnel. So looking at some of these names, none of them are quite sticking out to be unique, or not unique, unaffiliated with Dynasty.
So in that case, what I would like to do, avoiding Gold Star, because it seems like there could be some potential connection there. I would like to look for a ballistic rifle, and I want to look at anything that they would have that could augment my firing experience, anything to quieten it, is that words? Make it quiet,
Sure.
or subtle in as much as possible. Anything to help potentially stabilize shots, say kind of like bipod type situation potentially.
Sure.
Anything that might help me enhance aiming beyond whatever optics it might already have potentially. I don't know.
Okay.
So anything I could potentially get to upgrade beyond the normal, and I would like to look at a price for a ballistic rifle.
Ballistic. All right. Well, let's see here. So the first thing you wanted to look at kind of the price tags for, so with the railgun.
Yeah.
That one seems to be priced at 2.1 million credits. The heavy flamethrower seems to be priced at around 650,000 credits. And as far as looking for any sort of ballistic firearm, you do find that there are a couple that seem appropriate and somewhat equivalent to what you own. You find one priced at about one that is, let me actually jot this down. So I guess we'll call it a long rifle. You have one that is priced at 800,000 and another one that's priced at 450,000. Also, Sam, your electro your EMP grenades, the 3-pack, each one goes for 30k, and you're getting the discounted bundle price of 75k.
Can I see anything like does the discrepancy in price seem like it's just different manufacturers, different price, or is there like anything regarding the weapons that seems like that would be like, this is the budget option, this is a,
Yeah.
you know?
So what you're, as you look at the two in a bit more closer detail, the long rifle, the ballistic long rifle, that goes for 800k, seems to come with a attached bipod, which when used effectively will give you a +1 to your aim whenever you make an attack. It also seems to come with a stabilizer, which if you are not moving more than a certain amount, probably will do something like 5 feet or something, so it's just like minor shuffling around. You also will get an additional +1 to your attack. So it has some kind of built-in kind of gyro stabilizer as it's advertising. And it also seems to have a barrel that is advertised with kind of new, rivet barreling technology that increases kind of the spin speed and ensures that there's a tight seal when the ballistic is expelled, which will increase the velocity as well as stabilize the bullet as it travels. It also comes with an extended kind of magazine that could be quickly swapped, and it holds like 8 bullets, And yeah, it seems to come with all sorts of kind of bells and whistles, whereas the 450k one seems to be pretty bare bones. Just this is a ballistic long rifle, nothing super fancy or special about it as far as kind of bonus traits or anything. And as far as a suppressing mechanism, there does seem to be a few of them that are kind of off to the side with the firearm category, and a suppressor for this size weapon seems to be priced at about 180,000.
All right. Okay.
As Maxine is spending time kind of looking at the equipment, kind of getting lost into it, Sam, after you make your purchase, and I didn't remember hearing confirmation, but you got the price I mentioned? Muted? Oh wait, hold up, maybe AFK'd? Yeah, I think he did. Alright, we'll come back to Sam.
Oh, no, okay. I was like...
Cadin, as you're walking around, you'll see Daario up at the front making a purchase, and then kind of off to the side near the front where the firearms are. You will also find Maxine, who seems to be very grossly invested in a couple of firearms that she's given a lot of attention to. And
I should go near her when she's doing that stuff. She'd get all upset because I wouldn't handle them safely.
As you approach, Maxine probably won't notice you, but Daario, as you finish making your purchase, you spot Cadin approaching Maxine off to the side. And Maxine? What's on your mind?
You also mentioned these energy sables. Do you have a price on those?
I sure did. So the energy blades, there seems to be a few different sizes of them. There seems to be a couple of them labeled for kind of short, medium, long. And the D&D equivalent for these, the small is going to obviously be like a dagger. Medium is going to be like a short sword, and long is going to be, longsword was its own category, right? So that's really gonna, that's what we'll use for kind of the base statistics initially. But the prices for each, the small is at a very affordable 2,500 credits. I need to pull up a quick little sheet here. Where did I have it saved? Yeah, I'll just do a quick search. The short sword is priced at 12,000 credits, and the long sword is going to be priced at 18,000 credits.
Okay. So, if I'm understanding money properly, I still even I still seem to have a fair amount compared to what this stuff is. But shoot, what we got off of that mission,
we got 1 million each.
1 million, right? Yeah. So, okay. So I definitely want to get the 800k long rifle and a suppressor.
Okay.
Big spender.
And I think I want to get the medium energy saber as well.
All right.
Because I gotta.
So once again, I think, I'll put this in chat. So Sam.
Hey, yeah, you were saying the grenades were like 30,000?
Yeah, so grenades, I was thinking in my mind to price them at about 30k each, which would total to 90k for the 3-pack, but in the bundle, you're getting it discounted for 75. So Sam, you pick up the EMP at 75k creds. And oh, why do I have Maxine selected? I'll just redo that. I love how I can delete comments. I don't remember Roll20 being able to do that, but let's see here. So Sam is there, and then Daario.
Yeah, I rolled a 20. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. If only there was a digital source where it was being recorded. But Daario, you got your
Fancy binoculars.
I totally about like.
Is Dario just a big perv? Are we learning that right now?
X-ray vision.
ding. And I said
Why do you need
your
night vision?
was 85k cred. And then Maxine, I'm gonna have to actually make multiple lines for you. So you are gonna buy the. You said you're buying the which variant of the long rifle?
The one that's loaded with all the stuff.
Okay.
The 800K.
So ballistic long rifle with built-in bipod. All right, you got the gyro stabilizer. And you have the enhanced barrel tech at 800k credits. And then you also got the suppressor, which is at 180k credits. I'm gonna have you do the math for this. And then you also got a medium energy blade at 12k credits. All right, that should be all of you.
I feel like Maxine really wanted to come here.
Listen, I got my 1 mil payday and spent almost the entire thing on weapons.
He was like,
Maxine's a different
Grimes
lady. It's not-
maybe
I don't
doesn't
have
need this
anything to-
5 mil.
Maxine's a different type of lady. It's not I don't have anything to wear. It's I have nothing to shoot you with.
Yeah.
Well, you
Meanwhile, she's
guys,
got an entire closet filled with guns.
you guys all see Maxine kind of finalizing this large purchase as she talks with the salesperson and really just kind of telling him what to bring up to the table so she can buy. But yeah, you all, Sam, you have a small little box, bag carrying your grenades. Daario, you much the same, and then Maxine is given a large, like weapon carrying bag that is easily 5 times larger than the bags that each of you are carrying.
Would this location have anything to outfit our vehicle?
What are you looking for? Like a big gun to go on top? Or?
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. It's not going to have vehicle-specific equipment, but there may be equipment that would be appropriate
Shields.
for a vehicle. Shield, as in
Like electric energy shield
Kind
that
of
would
a-
surround
That's
our
gonna be
vehicle.
expensive.
yeah. Sam, as you, what did you roll earlier? You rolled a 13. Yeah.
God, I hope these guys are merchants that we're gonna go find.
You guys come in like
Yeah, we
guns
get out
blazing,
there.
like what? We just want to trade in our skooma.
The best part would be like we buy a really expensive energy shield. We get there, like I got a great deal for you. I got this hot energy shield that's on sale for 50% off. And we're like, fuck.
Yeah, you're gonna get there. Mike has wares to sell. That was his name.
Cheese man has many friends.
Yeah. But yeah, Sam, what is your perception mod? Is it a +2?
+2.
It is a +2. Yeah. Looking up And around at the signs, you do find a personal, like, shields that seems to be mentioned on one of the signage.
When you say personal, though, is there one for like a vehicle?
You have no idea yet.
All right, well, I guess I'll go check.
Alright, well, the group is here. What are you guys gonna do? You gonna go along?
Sure.
I'm gonna go along. I want to lean over to Daario and just say, "Do you think we need a railgun?"
For this mission, or are you talking about maybe in the future?
I mean, maybe in the future, maybe for this one.
I mean, if we're looking to be a little more undercover, I would say probably not. But if we're looking to make a statement at some point, and if there happens to be a bargain, I would say why not?
Maybe we'll keep it in mind.
Put it on the wish list. Put it on the wedding. The
registry. The registry.
Yeah, the registry. That's what it's called.
Maxine, I always like how you're thinking ahead.
So, real quick, Maxine, when you add the rifle, you're going to add in the equipment section, I have the firearm for a rifle, yeah, which I believe is the same statistics that you had used on yours. What you're going to do is do make note, because each item that you guys add to your own inventories does need to be a little bit customized, right? Your rifle, again, if you're using the bipod, you'll get a +1 to your attack. And if you move less than 5 feet before firing, you will also get another +1 to your attack. And your range, your minimum range increases by 10, and your maximum will increase by 20 feet.
Wait, you can move less than 5 feet in D&D?
Or sorry,
If you don't move at all, basically.
Yeah, basically.
You stand still.
You're still occupying kind of your combat space is, I think, the idea.
What was that on the range you just mentioned?
So the minimum range is going to increase by 10 feet for the minimum, and then the maximum is going to increase by 20. So it should be 160, 620 total, right? And we're primarily using the maximum range anyways. And then again, some of this might be subject to change depending on how we see it in action, because we are kind of homebrewing some of the sci-fi stuff on the fly. The suppressor, I have an idea for it, but I don't want to spend too much time now talking about it, so I'll address that later. And then the blade, I don't think I have short weapons added, or melee weapon. Yeah, I only have the dagger added, so that one I'll have to add later, but it is effectively going to be a short sword. So
It's like a lightsaber, like a retractable energy blade?
Yeah, it's a retractable energy blade, yeah. And energy weapons, right, have the bonus against kind of, what did I say again? I have to double check the rules, but there's an advantage. Ballistic have the advantage, I think, against energy, and energy has an advantage against kind of like armor is the idea. Okay, and as you make your way over to these personal shields, there seems to be a few different sizes of them. A lot of them seem to be different variations of, you wear it somewhere on your body. They're pretty small sized. Many of them seem to be priced anywhere from 500,000 to 800,000 for these personal shields. But you do find a couple larger ones that look to be possible to kind of stick on the top of a vehicle, and maybe it'll provide a dome of cover. It's almost advertised as more of a kind of shelter defense. What's the word I'm looking for?
Dome?
It's not really a dome. No, it's more like a positional defense shield rather than like a personal bubble. It's more like you can slap one on the left side of the vehicle and it'll create like a wall on the side.
Just like on that side?
Right.
Okay.
It creates like you could put it in a hallway and it'll block that hallway and provide cover. Like it's like a portable energy God, what is that like bunker that soldiers will
But
use?
it's like a concave, like wall, like in front
Exactly. So
of us. Okay.
yeah, you could purchase maybe a few of those, rig it onto the vehicle, and maybe make a makeshift kind of barrier, depending on the sides, if not all sides you wish to cover.
I don't need multiple. I need one. One for the front.
Okay. Yeah. But the larger ones definitely seem to be priced a bit higher, though. The large ones are going for about 1.6 million minimum.
Eesh. Oh, I did just get $1 million. Do we know the payout for this mission?
This one was low. It was like 5 for the entire job. No, it was like 1 for the entire job or something like that. It was. I forget the exact number. I might have written down, but it was lower than the last mission.
For your investigation, does anybody have it written down?
I'd have to check.
The payout is depending on perceived threat, 400,000 to 1 million.
Yeah,
I just opened OBS by accident.
Whether it's like a big deal or not, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I'm not paying it. I'm not paying this. Are you kidding me? I want to spend more money to go on a mission to make less money.
Well, as long as it lasts, you can use it on more than one mission. But also, we did just get paid 1 million each for the last job.
Yeah, but his point is that at minimum, you're only in grand total, you're only making 1.4, and this thing costs minimum 1.6.
Yeah, like what we said, I might make 200,000.
As long as it lasts more than one engagement, you might pay for it. So
our vehicle may not last more than one engagement. All right, after looking at the prices, Sam leaves.
All
Rip
right.
off.
Rip off, yeah. All right. Well, with that, you guys all have your respective purchases and are free to head out. Now, with the time that it took, if you guys look at your clock, it's probably been about maybe 45 to 60 minutes that you've actually been here. Sam, you finished yours pretty quick, but with Maxine ended up taking a little while, and you had a hard time spotting, or you didn't have a hard time. Daario also took a little bit of a while going off to the other end.
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally, but maybe it was Seymour was dragging things on.
Nah, he was super helpful.
Yeah.
yeah, he wanted to show you the store so you could see more.
Always had a smile on his face.
All right. Everyone good? Let's head to the location.
I totally bought like a Pez or like a Mentos or something. Like I didn't buy anything.
Man, I was really hoping you were looking for a class that was ongoing on how technology works.
Oh, there's like a book. Yeah, like Tech for Dummies or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pack of mints that you bought were 200 credits.
Oh shit.
If only he knew how to pay it. Pay 200 credits.
It's expensive for fucking mints, but okay.
Well, what, you spend like $2 on pack of mints?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't seem that far-fetched in the grand scheme of it all. So, you all depart Electro Wares, and Maxine, you pull up your Dynasty device, and if you recall, Mr. Cooper did provide you with some tracking data that seems to be getting updated to your device, and you're able to find that this group, from what you saw earlier in the day, appears to be moving quite slow, where Mr. Cooper had warned that they might be arriving within the day and might be a few hours out to meet. You're getting the feeling that these guys might not be traveling in the same mode of transportation that you all are.
They walking.
It's a possibility.
So, you're all heading out of Fontaine?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, well, let's go ahead and minimize some of this.
It could be that perhaps they were I don't know, getting a ride with someone before that made Cooper think they were going to get here faster. A bit slow right now.
Real quick, who is behind the wheel?
The one with proficiency for driving.
You never know. You never know.
Just got the rifle in the passenger seat. Me in the driver's seat.
Nice.
They're all just crammed in the backseat.
For some reason, Maxine is mumbling and touching with one hand.
I find all of Koji's jerky. Ooh.
You get back, Koji's just munching in the backseat. He's reclaimed his proper space in the backseat.
We should consider how we want to approach this. I think trying to get them to stop, get them to talk.
So wait, what's our, are we supposed to stop them, capture them, kill them, interrogate them? What are we doing again? Just seeing who they are?
We need information first and foremost. If they're a threat, Dynasty wants them off the board. If
You mean Nero?
Nero.
Yeah.
I think the question for them is how come they haven't responded and checked in with Nero Trade Company?
I don't think they're with the Nero Trade Company. They're like they're someone else.
But they would pay you.
They dropped down here like we did, and if every team has want to meet with them, this group somehow got rid of theirs.
Also, we could, if they're walking like we suspect, we could just offer them a ride and just drive them right to Nero.
Well, if we can get them to talk and we think reasonably that they're not an issue, if they're just some people, we just leave them on their way. Maybe even give them a ride back to the city. I don't know. But,
And might I add, just not from experience, but when we get off the car, maybe take the keys with us.
Probably a good idea.
now one thing I considered is letting the rest of you approach while I step out some ways back.
Well, you don't have your armor on anymore, do you? You have your shit over top of it, right?
I don't have the armor on. I've got my shirt and normal clothes.
But if I recall correctly, your gear is stashed away in the trunk of the vehicle.
It's in the vehicle,
trunk.
right?
Yeah. So if it would be if it would be useful, then I could throw it on. Now, if they are on foot, I can drop out of the vehicle a ways back and keep an eye on things. Someone keeps in contact with me. You talk to these people, see what the deal is, and if things go poorly, we make them regret it.
That could work. You would want to be back anyways.
I mean, I can handle myself up close, but do my best at a distance.
You generally like to have some range.
And I did spend almost $1 million on this new weapon.
Was that like, do you actually like need that thing? Like, what was wrong with your old one?
It was an energy rifle. This is ballistic. It gives me variety.
By the end of this campaign, the entire trunk space is going to be filled with Maxine's weapons.
It's gonna be like that freaking Men in Black scene when they pull all the weapons out of the vehicle. You know, like the ribbed hub of the tire pulls out, and it's like it's a weapon.
Yep.
And like the headlights come out, and it's a weapon. You know, everything's just a weapon.
Now the energy blade that was just for, but
And it was up for cutting your chicken.
sure. Let's go with that. That sounds nice. So if there's a chance that I might need to step out of the vehicle, maybe someone else should take us there, or someone be ready to trade with me, so we don't have to spend 15 minutes discussing it while we're in front of these people?
We can get Sam, our most competent driver, to drive.
Our most eager, for sure. All right, let's go.
All right. You guys head out and make your way out of Fontaine City. It takes you about 40 minutes to get from the western side of the Fontaine districts to the eastern side out to the gates, where you are met by some guards who briefly ask if you're going to be heading out for good, where you're heading, and well, if you're coming back, how long do you think you'll be gone for? And then also they want to take somebody's name of who is departing, which should match their records of whose name was dropped when they were entering.
You know, the business or pleasure, all that stuff, right?
Exactly.
I think that was me.
What's that white powder in your trunk? You know, right?
Daario, as
Why did we stop here?
Are we there yet? Daario, as you give your name out, the guardsman kind of punches it in, and no, looks like we have you here. All right, well, have a safe trip, and best of luck out there.
Thank you.
I'm starting to think the people in Fontaine don't actually know what's going on this planet. You know, like, yeah, have a safe trip.
Like the
Hope your vacation's nice.
There might be something to that, but you all make it out of the initial checkpoint in Fontaine. As you get to the second outer checkpoint, the one that you guys had first bumped into on your way in, this time when you're departing, there doesn't seem to be anyone there to stop you. They just wave you through and you make your way out. From there, as the day begins to progress and afternoon approaches, it takes you guys maybe a couple hours. As Maxine, you start to notice that the proximity marker, the kind of satellite topography reading of where you are and where the target is now getting quite close. And you don't see anybody as you all look down, kind of up ahead down the road, but it does appear to unmistakably say that they are within minutes of continuing in the current speed.
Do we just drive them down, or do we like post up here, guys?
Always say keep driving. If we see them and they're walking, we can always turn around.
Oh, turn around. I thought you were going to say run them over. Okay, good.
And if they're in a vehicle, then we definitely want ours.
That is true. Okay, I guess we keep driving until we see them. Sounds like that's our plan.
Okay. Well, as...
Yeah, I'm going to try to keep an eye out.
Perfect. All right.
Daario, can you use your fancy binocular you got?
Daario starts to take it out of the box to try to figure it out.
You put it together first?
Yeah. Gotta see if it's charged, if it's, you know, the first time using this thing.
Well, yeah, you take it out of the box, and there does appear to be a charge already available as part of it. It seems to be one of those
batteries are included.
Internally, yeah, it has its own little kind of energy source that you can recharge. There's some adapters for it based on kind of what planetary ports that you need to plug it into. But there seems to be a common one that's used in a lot of spaceports, so you should be all right. But as you take it out, it does appear to be like a large advanced set of binoculars, kind of a single brick that you're holding in your hands here. It has quite a bit of weight to it. And there are a few toggle buttons kind of up on the top. There's it looks to be like a rangefinder that you can adjust. There is a kind of focus setting that you can adjust. There's also a lever that seems to click between 5 different settings, between normal view, infrared, electromagnetic,
wow,
night vision, and thermal. I think were the 5 that I had mentioned, right? So You have quite a few options, and it does seem to have quite a bit of magnification, up to 8 times, and with infrared and electromagnetic, it could even go up to 10x.
Okay. Trying to fumble around with it. I'm trying to look ahead and see if I can see anybody that fits the description.
Sure. What you're just going to use regular view?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a regular perception roll.
Ooh, 22.
Nice. All right. With the 22, as you look ahead, and with this, I'm going to move the vehicle kind of in the. I'm going to leave it here. We're going to just keep it abstract. But up ahead, you spot a couple of figures. Let's see here. Up ahead, you spot 2 figures that seem to be walking, kind of cresting in the distance as the curvature begins to flatten and the vehicle begins to get a clearer view up ahead. You spot 2 individuals, and with your 22, kind of behind them, a little bit obscured, the other party members, you're not going to be able to spot any of these yet. Maxine, you said who was in the driver's seat?
I think Maxine was.
Yeah, at the moment I was still there.
Okay, because your perception is gross, give me a perception roll as you're looking ahead, keeping an eye out on the road, and looking for these targets that your visor claims to. Again,
It's a 24.
horrible, absolutely horrible. All right, well, you spot the kind of silhouettes up ahead of 2 figures, but Daario, with your new techie gadgety device to enhance your eyes even farther, you, in addition to the 2, see between them another individual that is a bit more difficult to make out, maybe because he's again a bit obscured behind the 2, but seems to be where the 2 in front, right? You can kind of see the contrast between their hair and the skin. This one just seems to be kind of a constant silhouette of just dark in the distance. But they are still quite far, so perhaps it's just the distance playing tricks on you.
I think I could see 2 persons of interest, maybe 3. Looks to be 2 males, at least what I can take a look at, or at least can see through my my view.
Much
Well,
like
we should
Hancock.
be
What are they
expecting-
wearing?
From this distance, Daario, this distance, oh man, I'm trying to think. I don't think you're spotting them. I'm gonna have you roll another perception specifically to spot. Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
We'll do 22 again. Run it
All
back.
right. So you're not going to be able to spot what the 3rd individual seems to be carrying, but in the front, you do spot that the individual that is on the south, this guy, they seem to be carrying some kind of a rifle in front of them, with kind of in a ready position. And the one on the top side doesn't seem to be holding anything as far as you can tell from this distance.
Well, looks like definitely one of them is armed. They don't look like, at least, let's see, Sunday walkers, as you would call them.
As you continue to observe, the one holding the rifle pulls his rifle up, pointed your way.
I would like to start driving a bit evasively.
Maxine, that
Only
is
so much you could do probably, but I do want to keep us kind of harder to get a beat on.
Well, you would be none the wiser at the moment unless Daario
Oh
decides to-
yeah, never mind.
Maxine, I would be inclined to say to drive a little bit quicker. I think we might be spotted. Looks like the one with the gun appears to be making its eyes towards us.
And Daario, as the vehicle continues to get closer and closer to the group, as you speak to Maxine about perhaps being sighted, in addition to the three, as you get closer, you spot behind the three, there seems to be two others that are in tow.
So they're not moving that quick though, right? They're just kind of trotting along. They're not running. They're not.
Cadin, you can't see Jack at
Oh
this
right.
distance.
Yeah, I can't see. I'm probably just chilling in the back seat. Yeah.
But yeah,
right.
you're listening to Daario.
Yeah, so I'm gonna follow Dario's lead and maybe just try to kind of pick it up a little bit.
Confirming 4 individuals now, plus 1 maybe.
Daario, as Maxine begins to drive a bit more at an angle, and as you continue to keep an eye out, you'll notice not long later that the one who had raised the rifle lowers it. And they do seem to continue their approach, however. They have not deterred their path, and they have not broken their stride.
We may have lost them, or at least they may have lost us, and are putting down their arms. Do you think those are them?
So they're the only people we see out here. At the very least, it's something we have to look into.
So, as the party begins to approach in the armored vehicle, they spot a group out in the distance. Question now is, are you going to approach right up to them, or will you decide to stop somewhere along the way, either out of sight or in anticipation of this group's arrival towards them?
Well, I can confirm at least one of them is armed. I don't know about the others.
I almost feel like it'd be more suspicious if none of them were armed. Considering everything we've seen here. If we drive right up to them, they have the advantage of being able to get ready for our approach. If we stop and wait for them, then the advantage is ours.
Yeah, I guess let's find a place where maybe we'll park and then at least get ahead of them before they get there.
So we'll say this. You guys are currently maybe about 2,000 meters away, or 2,000 feet away, approaching fairly quickly, about 100, just for simplicity, we'll say 100 feet per turn or so. So in a few quote-unquote loose combat turns, you guys will be within 800 feet of them. Now, I'm going to try something a little different for this.
Something new.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll see. Let's see if this works. Activate.
These guys look way uglier than us.
Why is this combat thing out here? Get out of here. Why can't I move it either?
I'm blind.
Yeah, you guys might be blind. Okay. Hello. I'm gonna remove that. And I can't see anything either. I know I copied you guys here earlier. Are you guys on the home page or are you on a different page right now?
I'm on a blank space.
Oh, I see what happened now. Everything got brought back because of an update. So, let me make a new scene. Even the module kind of layout has changed. It's throwing me off.
Too many changes at once, Foundry.
All right, so you guys are still not able to see anything, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, shoot. Let me make a brand new scene. Okay. All right. That looks all right. Cannot change the theme the same way. Okay, this is fun. Damn, why can't I delete it?
Have you tried clicking harder?
There we go. All right. Yeah, I just did. All right. Now, as far as why you guys can't see anything. Strangely, you guys are all still on the home page.
It's unpaused now. You unpaused the game. I saw that.
Yeah, I did unpause it.
For free!
Okay, that's
Oh,
the active scene.
loading.
Great now.
Huh, that's weird. Let me try refreshing.
Sorry, we'll cut all this out.
No, we won't. Activate scene. Should move. There he goes. Now you can see yourselves.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
All right, so you
Yes.
guys are all there. Let me also grab the vehicle. Okay, there's the vehicle. Koji, because you're not here, I'm gonna be hiding you for the time being.
And he's dead.
He died. All right,
We missed him.
so your vehicle. The question becomes, how do you guys want to position yourselves, or posture yourselves with this oncoming group? The terrain, right, is widely varied. Oh, and actually, hold up, I need to activate global lighting for this scene.
Is this in a favored terrain for Daario?
Daario, what was your favorite terrain? I don't remember.
It's the store we were in earlier.
Please don't let it be space.
Guys,
The one fight we have on the moon, guys. We're fucking great.
There we go. Now you guys can see everything. Or at least you should.
I do think we talked about positioning earlier. Maxine was going to stay back towards the car. The rest of us were going to walk towards the guys.
Okay, but what kind of terrain do you guys want to be settled up in? Do you want to be in kind of an open area? Do you want there to be abundance of cover
You're letting
nearby?
God speak God?
No, I'm giving you some options of what would you be looking for. Okay, so question to
I'm
Maxine
looking for
being
cover.
on the driving. Yeah. Are you going to be parking it behind like a big boulder? Do you want to find some like shrubbery nearby? What would Maxine be looking for to park behind or park near?
As much as we could obscure the vehicle, I suppose, would be ideal.
Okay, so let's try again. We're trying something a little new here. We're gonna put some boulders out here.
Nice.
Is that
It's
all coming
blushing.
through? Yeah. All right, and then
That's sourdough bread.
Yeah.
this is kind of the rough traveled road that you guys were traversing on. Now the people up ahead are going to be on the opposite side, we're going to say they're kind of walking off on the side of the road here. I'm going to activate them, reposition them properly. They're up here walking kind of in that type of a position. Actually, I'm going to move these two there.
And direction is from right to left that they're walking, or?
Right to left, correct. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
You guys are coming from the left, they're coming from the right of the map.
It's weird that they're crab people, but okay.
Crab people.
It's right to left. Gonna walk forward and backwards.
Jeez, dude. And
Like, I don't discriminate against aliens. There could be crab people.
There could be. You don't know. I mean, we were talking with Azabiel, aka Sean, on a stream the other day, and you were talking about how squid and what is it? Squids and shrimps are perhaps from another dimension. They're aliens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're some sort of weird eldritch monstrosities.
Yeah, it's unexplained.
We got the tentacles for it.
All right. Unfortunately, I can't seem to remove multiple objects at once, so that's too bad. All right. So, vehicle, Maxine. I don't believe you have the ability to control the vehicle, but using Maxine's... Oh, you can. Sweet. All right, I did do something right. Maxine, go ahead and choose from the edge of the screen. You can move up to 12 spaces.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah. Vehicle, you guys spotted them. We'll say you're coming in here, and you can move 12 spaces, and that will determine where you park the car. Does it work?
Yeah, I think I would want to do something like that. Just
okay.
Up out of the way.
And the rest of you, using your tokens, including Maxine's token, feel free to exit in a available space next to the vehicle. Perfect. And finally...
I'd like to think Cadin fell out and rolled down the hill.
Now, is there a way that I can clone a door to quickly make line of sight walls?
I guess my plan was kind of to stand out here, though, because they have to stop for some reason, right? I may get shot, but, you know... Someone's got to talk.
You want to just run out from where we are in the vehicle? Is that what you're doing?
I was going to be like that, you know, like from that scene in the TV show where they like come around the bend and there's just that stranger standing in the middle of the road that's really out of place. I was going to be that guy. You know, the one that makes everyone really nervous of an ambush immediately?
Is that your goal?
Oh, I was like, either that or we just pop out and then ambush them and then we might get shot. So I feel like, are we trying to talk to them, guys?
What do you want to do? And Daario and I will figure out if we want to follow you.
We're going to stand in the road and wait for them to come towards us.
All right, well, get your ass next to the vehicle. As part of you guys making your approach, all of you can move your movement. So that's 6 squares, unless you have some different type of movement. I think, Sam, you can only move 5 squares for 25
I'm making it here.
That seems like more than 6 squares.
That's 6. Oh, I did diagonals. Sorry, I did 6 diagonals.
No, you're still 1 space too far, aren't you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd be here. I'm 1 square short.
1, 2, 3. Hold up.
6 squares, you said.
I mean, you can't go through the rock.
Yeah, you're still 1 square too far. You spawned in between Daario and Sam, right?
2, 3. Oops. I don't know how to go to that. I don't know what all these buttons do.
Oh, I see. You just skirted straight diagonal. Okay.
Like that.
That's what you meant. Okay,
Good lord.
Did I do that? I don't think I did that. Did I do that?
And we're in a pit of lava.
Man, this guy. All right.
That wasn't me. I'm just using a measuring tape.
Yeah, whatever you say, buddy.
Sorry, guys. If you're just tuning in now, it's our first game of D&D.
Yeah. Okay, so rather than going to the measurement control, if you go to token control, there should be a measured distance in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's That's what I'm using. That's what this is.
I think you, in order to make the thing you
That's
did.
what this is.
All right. Anyway.
I didn't make that. That wasn't me.
Okay. Anyways, you're done. So you move there. The rest of you can also.
I'm gonna go here and lean up against the rock, all not casually.
Okay. You're going there. The rest of you, go ahead and make your initial move as you make your approach.
How high is this boulder? How tall is it? Could I climb it?
The boulder is climbable. There is going to be, man, making me do verticality, this guy.
Because what do I get? I get like 20. I get a little less than my walking feet, right? Or is it the same in height?
For climbing, if you don't have a climbing speed, you will have to do like an athletics to climb. But the initial kind of ledge seems to be about 15 feet up, and then the center circle that I drew seems to be about another 15 up, so it's about 30 feet high.
Why are we here again, guys? What should I even ask them about? Why, like, we're coming here to talk to them about what again? I was like,
We want to figure out who they are.
Like you're leading us. You talk to them about what you want.
I don't know what to ask
Figure
them.
out who they are. Stay on comms.
I will not climb this. 15 to me is a giant.
Let's see if token vision does what I want it to. No, it's still giving you the draw distance. Okay. Actually, I could do global illumination, right? That should give you guys global vision. Gosh. What do all these things do? There's so many options in Foundry. It's kind of crazy. Nope, that doesn't do it either. All right, I'll figure it out eventually in due time.
Just describe to me the global vision in words.
No, I'm just trying to make it easier for you guys to be able to see, not see behind the terrain, through the terrain. But okay, so you guys split up in that fashion. And yeah, these guys will continue to make their approach. So I'm going to move them up together for every turn. And as soon as you guys either call out to them or they notice you is when we'll decide what happens. So they're going to continue to make their casual stride.
And I am going to be making an effort to hide myself.
Okay, give me a stealth roll to stay out of sight.
25.
And with that, I'm going to make a couple rolls here as well.
And I want to kind of like, I guess, be close enough to the boulder, but I want to use my binoculars to kind of like still scope out and relay some information to Maxine as they approach.
Okay, so for that, are you trying to do this stealthily? Or you're just trying to stay out of view?
Try to stay out of view, but like I guess kind of hugging the rock as best as I can.
Yeah, so you're trying not to be spotted, right? So yeah, also give me a stealth roll.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Natural 1, 3.
And give me a
Binocular
perception.
is voice
roll.
activated.
Yeah, you've activated the flashlight on the front.
And then sorry,
Perception.
What was perception?
Yep, as you try to get an eye on what these guys are doing.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, you opened the camera out this time.
Wow.
How do you roll a double
so that's
one?
a 4, yeah. Do I die?
You should have bought the extended warranty.
They broke. What the heck?
Secretly, the warranty gives you advantage on checks.
See more.
Did they leave a customer support number on his card? I could call them later.
Oh man, maybe it's on the back if you scan the code and leave a review. I don't know. All right. Okay, so Daario, as you're kind of sticking out like a sore thumb, and Maxine, you notice Daario is kind of not being is what's the word? getting in the way of your mojo. I don't. But yeah, Daario, you are trying to stay behind cover, but at the same time, you're like equally trying to get a good view of like what they're doing, and you're struggling between the two of not being in view, but in order to see what they're doing, you have to kind of stick your head out to look down and look through the binoculars. And yeah, unfortunately, as you look, it seems the initial guy in the front doesn't seem to be any wiser, and well, neither of them seem to be any wiser of your presence. And the one that is a bit of a darker skin, now you managed to get a good look of him through your binoculars. Yes, correct, the one in the center here. You get a good look, and as you are eyeballing the group through your binoculars, you're a bit interrupted and you stumble back and kind of drop the binocular, but you swear that he looked exactly in your direction and you made eye contact through the binocular lens.
All right. I kind of cover like with a bit of fear, knowing that I might have been spotted. So kind of duck, I guess, kind of duck behind the rock, not really looking to look out again.
Yeah, you get out of view completely in this case.
Yeah, exactly. Not even gonna chance it.
Yeah. But Cadin, Sam, you can't quite. I guess actually, how far are you guys on the map here currently? 95 feet at this point. So,
are you counting your 95 feet, or are you counting Cadin 95 feet?
from Cadin.
On an angle, okay? It's fine. It counts. Look on.
Yeah. But yeah, Cadin and Sam, you guys are starting to get a look at these individuals approaching. They do seem to be walking in kind of a semi-formation, and yeah, they have actually slowed down. And the one who has the rifle in the front seems to be holding it in a bit more of a ready position in the direction further, again using just simple directions, north of the map, in the direction where Daario and Maxine.
When you say the one in the front, are you talking about the one with the porn mustache?
which one? Yeah, I'm talking about
the top guy. That's definitely the top
It's definitely the top guy.
Yeah, so the one that has the rifle is this guy.
Okay.
And the one to the top, this guy, you guys will spot, reaches into his coat and seems to pull out two objects that he's holding, one in each hand. The two in the back don't seem to do much of anything at the moment, and the one in the center doesn't do much either. However, he reaches down to, you see him kind of reach down to his waist side and pull an object out. And Cadin, I'm gonna have you give me an Arcana roll.
Whoa, okay. That's significant. Let's see what happens. Six.
Cadin, you know that feeling that sometimes you get in your gut whenever a catastrophe might be brewing?
Fuck.
That's the kind of feeling that begins to stir. It's I don't remember who it was that said they had a bad feeling earlier, but maybe it's coming to fruition.
I'm gonna, as soon as I feel that, I'm gonna inform everyone on the radio of that. Like, something's off. Not quite a catastrophe yet, but something feels off.
How come I can't tell my prepared spells on this new version?
Let's see. Spell book.
Because it used to have like one page that was like your quick cast, like all the stuff would be in the front.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's not there anymore.
Yeah, the being able to like favorite things and stuff like that was part of a feature of one of the modules.
Yeah.
Oh.
Character sheet.
Did the character sheet default back? Hold up, let me try.
Yeah, this is the standard.
Oh, I can filter for prepared. Okay.
Damn. Okay, that's a shame. Man, it would have been so nice if they just made it the standard. The other sheet was so much nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, you're going to have to go to your spellbook page for the time being until that gets updated for the new version.
All right. Well, I just realized the spell I wanted was not prepared. So, cool. Cool.
Now, you did spend some time when you were at the Akiyama Hotel to do your work and preparing in your other room by yourself. You sure you just didn't forget?
Akiyama, I purposely swapped this one out.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you have it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think what we'll do is I'm going to give the party a choice, because there is the chance that combat happens, or we can postpone this and call it a episode 20.5 next week. I think Daario, however, is going to be missing out. So do you guys want to continue for another hour, or should we consider slowing down?
I'm good either way. So you're saying Daario will be here next week, or he's gone next week as well?
Daario will not be here next week. Koji should be here next week.
Oh, I see.
I feel like Koji might be a little better.
Well, realistically, having you...
I feel like we could bluff the fact that we have a Koji without him being here.
Yeah.
It's going to be a freaking descriptive word from now on. Like, we've got a Koji. It's a noun.
Yeah, it's like having Hulk.
All right, I'm not hearing any objections, so we will continue. All right, well, they, again, seem to be preparing. However, before they make their movement again, you guys have a few more options. Daario, with your double naturals, you're going to miss this turn. But Maxine, Sam, and Cadin, you guys can choose to play around.
I'm just gonna stand there kind of casually waiting for them. Like, I'm not making any attempt to hide or anything. I'm just waiting for them to kind of come closer.
Okay. I wanna ready a... Can you ready bonus actions or no?
I don't think a bonus... That's a... Man, it's been a while.
I don't really see why you could. It doesn't really cover it in the rules as far as I know. It just says ready action.
Yeah, I think it's...
A bonus or an action doesn't really matter.
If you use your bonus as your only action, then I have no problem with it. I think part of the issue was, like, you can't ready... You use your action... Shit, it's been so long.
So, if it's a bonus action spell, with the readying in action, one of the options is cast a spell. So if that's what you're trying to do, then that would be covered.
Yeah, because you would ready the cast the spell, basically, right? Yeah. So you just can't do like a cantrip and then a bonus spell type of a deal.
Then I will ready a spell. For me, it's called Heat Cartridge. It's like Heat Weapon or whatever the fuck it is. Where, like, line of vision, if they have, if they're gonna lift a weapon at us, I want to point this at them to, like, raise the heat on this weapon, so hopefully they drop it. But that's off of one pistol, so I want to hold that pistol with one arm, and my other arm, the unarmed arm, is up.
What do you mean by
so
up?
Like one behind my back, and with the other arm up.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's like heat metal, right? Is what it's based off of.
Yeah, heat metal.
Yeah. And if it turns out they're holding it, so you want to do that at the first target that is within range. If I
see them point a gun at us.
Okay. Now, question is, what was the range on that? You can, if you're gonna ready it, you can link it, but I would double check the range for it if it had one.
60 feet.
Okay.
Okay. So as we get closer, I guess I will do it.
So are you going to ready that now, or are you going to ready it in a future turn?
5, 10, 20, 5, 5, and 20, 25, 30. That would make us... I guess next turn, because within one turn I still won't be in range if we just walked.
So this turn you're just going to hold in tight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hold. I won't do anything.
Maxine?
And I'm just posting up with my new rifle, and I want to keep my I'd like to try to look for any identifying marks, burn scars, any uniforms I might recognize, stuff like that.
Actually, that's a good point. I would be looking for burn scars as well.
Okay.
Just like through the scope.
Sure. All right, Maxine, as you're observing, give me a perception roll.
That's 15.
15. All right. For the members that you can spot as you look for kind of burn scars or any sort of kind of markings, there's only two things that seem to stand out. The two in the front seem to be normal humanoids. There doesn't seem to be any special markings. They're looking, one of them in particular looks a bit a bit gruff. The other one has a bit of a wide face, kind of creepy looking. The individual at the far rear is probably one of the two that stands out to you because his face, actually, you know what? Why am I zooming in? I prepared something for this. If you direct your attention to the stream, let's actually just go ahead and pop these faces in here. See them a little bit better. So the one at the top is the one standing at the rear. And his face seems to be covered in some kind of markings. At this distance, it almost looks like it's like acid burned or something. But what catches your attention is that there is some kind of a shimmering or glowing that you're spotting through your scope, and it's a bit unclear at this distance, or at the moment at least, what is going on with this guy's face. The other one that will stand out quite a bit is going to be the darker skinned individual standing kind of in the middle of them all. This one, it's not that it doesn't look humanoid, it's that his skin seems to be kind of a obsidian purplish hue, and you are unaware of a human that has that skin tone, and it's like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? Did he wash his hair in some purple dye and it just stained his skin? You're not sure, but those are the only two kind of visual features that that stand out with that 15 roll. All right, well, with your observations, they will continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as they approach here, you are going to see the one standing in the center raise an arm and halt the group. And they stand looking your way as the ones who are in the rear actually posture themselves a bit further behind. Sorry, the female postures a bit behind while the other one stays. And the two in the front are now standing, weapons drawn, in a ready position, but not in a battle ready position. So they're not pointing it your way, but they could at any second.
And all 5 are looking our way?
All 5 are looking in the way of Cadin and Sam, as far as you guys can tell.
I'll raise my hand and wave to them. Hello! Greetings.
The two in the front, the one with the rifle, continues to keep an eye out forward, but the one who is holding a dual pair of objects looks back, speaks with the one in the center, and kind of waves back at you. And as he waves, Cadin and Sam, what's your perception mod? It was a +1 or 0?
I believe still. Let me just double check that.
No, I said Sam.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, for Sam, +2.
It is a 2. Okay. Yeah, with the 2, you'll catch it as well, but you see the one in the front is holding a pistol in his hand, from the looks of it.
Wait, this is the guy that gave me like the funny feelings?
No, this is the guy that waved back. Yeah, so this guy waved back.
Guy.
This guy's the rifle.
That game's just reloading. I had to relax my cache for some reason.
All right, Cadin, you call out and wave, and yeah, he looks back and gives you kind of a very casual, loose wave back.
Doesn't say anything then?
Doesn't say anything. Or at least they're not yelling out at you.
Hello, strangers. Where might you be going? Could we help you with anything?
Before we get into any sort of dialogue, the rest of you, do you decide to do anything new?
Get closer.
Yeah, Sam. Treat it like an informal combat round, so you can move up to your movement.
Just bum rushes them. A dash.
Yeah, run straight up at them.
And Sam, you're just approaching.
Yeah, I'll be on the road.
Okay. All right. As you
I'm
do
just
that,
gonna keep my focus on the guy in the back.
okay. As you do that, they will continue to make their turn, and as Sam approaches, this man will walk up to here. The other two are gonna stay. Or sorry, the one with the rifle is gonna stay where he is, and the one in the rear is gonna be moving with the female.
Oh shit, doing diamond formation.
And actually gonna get postured this way as he also postures this way. And they seem to kind of be waiting in a file away from the rest of you. But the one in the front, the one that approaches you, Sam. Oh, hey there. How's it going, everyone? We're just on our way to the city down there.
What city might that be?
What was that?
I'll approach, I guess. A little
He
bit.
asked, what city might that be?
It's Fontaine's up ahead, right? We're hoping to do some business in the city. Maybe do some sightseeing. We're came to the planet not long ago. We're doing some research. We're trying to find some items here.
Research, eh? Is that so? I look at Cadin, and I put one arm on my hand to ready my action.
Okay.
How did you get down to the planet? There's no starports nearby apart from Fontaine.
Well, there's no starports, sure, but there's plenty of pods dropping on the planet. Haven't you heard? The Abs Corps folks, as he kind of gestures up with his pistol to the space station, Boris station above you all. They've been dropping people planetside, looking for stuff. They said they would pay well if we found anything.
So you're one of these groups that dropped down in a pod from Abscorp?
Yeah, who are you guys?
Local mercenaries.
What are you doing out here?
Just patrolling.
Patrolling as mercenaries? I mean, I've done some mercenary work. Usually you go out on a job, you don't patrol.
We're looking for something as well.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's, I suppose, greetings then. I mean, we'll be just on our way.
We could maybe help get you back into town if that's where you're headed. What are you looking for in Fontaine?
Oh, well, we're looking for some information. We heard there was a big library in Fontaine, and I mean, look, he's looking around you guys. How would you help us get back? I mean, we're perfectly capable.
We have quicker means of transit.
No, I don't see anything here.
No, you don't.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's just odd running into people in the desert here, and
Well, I mean, it's
we're
the
more than
same.
willing to help you out, but we're just trying to get to know who you are.
Oh, how did you guys get here? He's looking between the two of you a bit skeptically.
Travel?
From off planet too?
I've never really left this planet very much.
Well, I mean, what about this guy? He doesn't look like he's from this planet.
I can't speak to his experiences.
I sigh and I like a Cadin. Cadin, we gotta keep pussyfooting around the issue.
I don't mind.
Cadin, what's your perception and what's your deception modifiers?
My perception is +1. My deception is +5.
Okay. Listen, guys, we're not here for any trouble. We're just heading to the city. If you don't have any business with us, we're gonna be on our way.
So, who's the extra person in your group?
What are you talking about?
They didn't drop in 5-mans. They dropped in 4.
What the hell are you talking about?
The pods.
What pods?
The pods that you said you're from. When's the App Corp's dropping?
How would you know anything about pods? You said you never left this planet.
No, plenty have been dropping on the planet.
Well, from what we've seen, not every pod makes it.
Makes it where?
In one piece.
So it's still not explaining the extra member in your group.
What do you mean extra member? I've been traveling with these others for days now.
Can I make an insight check?
On, and yes.
Whether, like, that person actually belongs in the group or not.
Who is that person, just to clarify?
I don't know. I just feel like there's more people than there should be, because, like, the other pods we checked out had the same amount of people as us. If I recall. It's been a while, but... Because we saw that other pod that crashed forever ago. Early on in the thing.
Okay.
And it was the exact same composition that we had, with an AbsCorp member in it.
Hmm. Oh, I see. Okay. So what is your insight roll for?
Whether the group belongs together, if one of them sticks out, like if he's lying about whether like he's been traveling with them.
Okay, so you want to insight if he seems to be genuine with I've been traveling with these guys for the past few days. At least.
Well, not a few days, but like the fact that like they belong together.
Ooh.
Okay.
In the group that they're claiming to be.
Sure. That is doable. And
Nat 20.
it does appear you have rolled a nat 20, which, yeah, as he definitely seems to be nervous and he definitely seems to be skeptical. But as far as him traveling with these others that are here, he seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
Is your pal here really okay? I mean, we've never met you guys here, have we?
Probably not. Sam, have you met them before?
Never met these folks. But look, sir. Maybe not you. Maybe one of your traveling companions here. One of yous is not honest.
As you guys have been talking here for a while, the other group, or not the other group, but the other members are gonna continue kind of down, actually to here. And he's gonna stay where he is to continue to speak with you all. But he interjects, listen, we had a vehicle. It unfortunately broke down. We didn't have the parts to fix it. We know we're getting close to Fontaine. We've been walking for hours now, and we would really like to get into the city before it, starts to get dark, and we have to, figure out what to do out here. If there's no problem, we'd really like to be on our way.
No, you're not far from Fontaine. So where'd you get a vehicle?
What do you mean, where did we found one? There was a small little settlement a ways back. We helped some folks out, and they were kind enough to give us a vehicle.
What was the settlement called?
What do you mean what the settlement was called? I don't know. They kept moving around. They were talking about something about going south.
What'd their leader look like?
I don't know. I didn't really talk to their leaders. We weren't there for very long. It was maybe a day or two at most. They gave they gave us a place to sleep, and it was a small group. There was only maybe like 3 or 4 vehicles, and they said they had lost a few folks in their travels. They came from a Tillwater place or something, and they've been on the road for a long time. They said this vehicle was kind of reaching the end of its days. Joke's on us, I guess, but...
Okay, I 100% want to insight check this. I think they stole it.
All right, you want to insight check what part of...
Whether they, like, actually got given this vehicle by... I'm pretty sure it was Banuk and his people, but they, like, barely wanted to part with the vehicle for us.
Sure, give me...
I doubt they gave him one.
Give me an insight roll to see if he was...
Oh, wow.
Huh.
20. Not natural, though. Dirty
So,
20.
As far as you can discern, he's kind of mixing in jokes, and he's being a bit more comical with his gestures, which leads you to believe that he is definitely twisting his words, or the truth behind his words. However, you have no reason to believe that the group that they received the vehicle from is the same group that you received yours from.
So you can say something?
As I noticed the rest of his group backing down, walking further south away from us, I want to look at my... Wait, tell your folk here, come back. No need to hide.
And he looks over his shoulder and will actually take a step down towards them in the process. Turning to him, Sam. I'm gonna roll for this one. Okay, you don't notice anything suspicious. However, he seems to look in their direction a bit awkwardly longer than would be necessary just to kind of discern, hey, oh, they moved. But he turns back and, I'm sure they just want to get out of the road. I mean, we are kind of, as he gestures to the ground, kind of standing in the middle of whatever the hell this is. I mean,
Here, we can,
Cadin, I think it's time to tell him, don't you?
Sure.
tell what?
Look, like I said, it may not be you, maybe one of you's folk, but somebody made a terrible enemy of someone real powerful, and they were supposed to check in, and they didn't. So, we're here to find that person.
They, might wear some interesting clothing.
What the hell does that even mean? I mean,
It means if you go to Fontaine with that person, you're in for a lot of trouble, more than you are now.
oh, listen, guys, I'm just the one saying hello, okay? Give me a second. Let me go talk to the boss. We'll maybe have something else that he could share with you all. I don't really understand what's going on, all right? I mean, let's be frank, this planet, a little weird. We've seen some weird things out to the east. There's also this constant... What was that?
You haven't seen anything yet.
Is that a threat, buddy?
No, it's just a weird planet.
He's eyeballing Cadin quite a bit, and Sam, you notice that his attention seems to be on Cadin quite often.
Again, I'm like completely unarmed. I do have a pistol in my hip, but it's not drawn.
Oh, he has one on his hand because he pointed towards the sky earlier.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't
Well, I
have.
look fairly unarmed.
Yeah, at the distance you guys are in, he actually has two pistols. He has one that he's been kind of keeping at his waist, and he has the other one that he's been using. Well, both of his hands have been kind of been in motion. But, all right, listen, I don't. You guys are being awfully weird. I don't know why we're having this little hoo-ha, who-died, whatever here, but let me go.
Let's put it this way: we were sent to find you. We are looking for someone. They may be in your group.
Well, the boss will know more. Let me go get him. And he begins to walk away.
I'm gonna buzz Maxine and tell her to be ready. Something might go down. Like over the comms.
As I'm hidden, I'm still hiding behind the rock after having last seen. I guess want to communicate to Maxine. So what's the word look like up there? Do you think we have some friends? Or are they enemies?
It's hard to say. Can't be trusted yet. Cadin's worried something might go down, so stay cautious.
All right. As you guys are waiting, they seem to be kind of huddled and they speak for a little while, and a moment later, two more folks walk up. And at this point, this is where Cadin and Sam, you guys get a clear look for the first time at these individuals here. And one, again, his eyes almost appear mechanical as he has a scarring going up along both of where his eyes are, above and below and down his cheek. It looks almost as if his face has been altered, augmented. And beside him, you see this kind of dark purple skinned man with slick back black hair. And another feature of his that stands out is that his ears are oddly pointed as opposed to rounded like much of the humanoid and technician races.
Does he still have that item in his hands that made me uncomfortable?
I don't remember saying any item made you uncomfortable, but he is...
No. Something got drawn out and it made me feel like uncomfortable, that catastrophe feeling. I think it was him that drew something, right?
He did draw something, yeah, and you did get a feeling of discomfort, but I never made the association between the two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he is still holding what appears to be a black with a red leather kind of strap around it. What looks to be almost like a flashlight without the flashlight at the end of it. It actually resembles very similarly the energy blade that Maxine had purchased, almost. And yeah, he is holding that, but in his other hand, he gestures it out with these kind of sharp pointed nails in your direction. I see we seem to be having some sort of a issue. What can we do for you mercenaries today? We are wishing to be on our way soon.
And we may be able to help you out with that if you can help us out.
We do not have any need for your help. But if you wish to do business, we would be willing.
And what business would you be willing to do?
Perhaps information. I was informed that you may have a means of transportation. Perhaps...
I thought you just said you didn't need help.
We do not need help in the form of charity, but if it is a transaction, we will gladly accept. Is there something you say that we could do for you in exchange?
We're seeking someone.
And who may that be?
A member that dropped with you on your pod.
There were a few members who dropped with us who did not make it, unfortunately.
And who didn't make it?
I do not know. Much like when one passes, their memory is often forgotten. I do not keep in my mind those that are no longer with us.
So you forgot the event of the last week?
No, I simply see no purpose in dwelling on those who do not exist here. Only those who are living can act and influence the world, would you not agree?
Depending on who's dead, they can still have an influence on the world after they're gone.
Your companion said you're heading to Fontaine for the library.
Yes.
It's curious to me why you know to go to Fontaine. Has somebody been here before from your party?
What do you mean?
Have there been others in your party who have been in Aurora Green? Been to Fontaine?
No, we simply had heard stories of a great library that exists in this city.
From whom?
I was under the impression that my colleague had already explained that we had met some traveling members of this planet and provided some services for them in exchange for a mode of transportation.
You see, one of you's, your reputation precedes you, and you're already well known there by a company. And if you head in there, you're bound for some trouble. Now, that trouble doesn't have to be for all of yous. Just the one.
I wish for you to clarify. I was under the impression that all of those who were sent to this planet are of known origin. We did all partake in a contract, after all.
Some people have pasts that have followed them.
Are you one such?
My past overshadows my future.
There is, I see, turmoil. You do not fully yet understand what has partaken on this planet, do you?
I'm well aware of what's happened on this planet.
Perhaps you believe so, but I also believe I see doubt in those eyes.
No, I'm well aware of what happened here.
Can you do the eye thing?
I'm not going to. I'll look like I'll hold Sam's eyes and flick them back to the guy that was talking afterwards.
Sure. While you guys are exchanging, the one that is accompanying him has stood there very stoic and very unmoving, just keeping a very watchful eye on the two of you.
Look, you all want to get to Fontaine. All I'm asking is for some time with all of yous without hiding and cowering across the road over there. I see you. Maybe.
Perhaps we would be...
with everybody.
He puts up a hand. Perhaps we would have been more willing had you done the same. As his hands go palm up in front of you, it then gestures to his right in the direction of the rock behind you all.
Precautionary.
Well, you cannot claim that we are not being cautionary as well, no? So, perhaps we all agree to come out from being cautionary and perhaps engage in a conversation. Again, if you wish to make a deal of some sort, I would be more than willing. And his eyes seem to gleam in excitement at the prospect of a possible arrangement.
There's some information we seek from your group that could be amenable to trade.
Well, then, as a show of friendship, I shall bring the others here. However, do not be alarmed. One of the members that we are traveling with had tried to steal from us She is very deceptive and will do anything she can to try to escape. We plan to turn
why
her...
are you keeping her?
So come again.
Sorry, you were finishing a thought.
I certainly was, as he glares you down. But we wish to take her to the city and bring her to the proper authorities. That way we may continue on our business and she can remain in captivity as she well deserves.
What'd you try stealing out of curiosity?
That is none of your concern. All that is needed to be known is that she poses ill will, and we have been keeping her under close watch so that she may not harm another.
So you're going to condemn her to a crime, but you won't speak of it?
You claim to be mercenaries. I am under the impression that you are not the law keepers of this planet. His tone is beginning to get a bit impatient, it seems.
Cadin's like got infinite patience. He could do this all day. I'll motion for the people behind the rock to come out.
Man, I hope just the vehicle rolls out, no one else.
Mutual, give it a shove.
I think, yeah, I think I would want to move back towards the vehicle and come out around that way.
Okay. And as you guys, as you gesture back, he will do the same and gestures back to the others. And with just a simple wave of his hand, the others will approach. And the rest of you, feel free to move yourselves as you see fit to get to the group. This guy's actually going to be over here, and this guy's going to be over here.
Standing in front of them, I will not move. This is where every cleric wants to be.
Right in the middle of the front.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
I'll probably just... yeah, I'll probably just stow my rifle with the vehicle and then continue on.
Yeah, same. I'll keep my SMG ready.
Okay.
Alright, so everyone's here. I think
Perhaps a round of introductions for the group. And he puts an open hand to his chest. My name is Alber Grald. To my right is a long companion of mine. He does not speak much, but this is Jaro Victor. The one that you have met before is Alex Jactom. The one with the rifle, Derek Zedin. And our prisoner, Saraya. But as you look to her, she seems to be bound and tied and has a strap around her mouth. It looks like she's been beaten a bit. Her hair is pretty ruffled and dirty. And at least at every time there seems to be one individual that is holding whatever bindings that she has around her arms to keep her in place.
all right, what's the deal here? What led to this?
What to
Details.
Before we divulge in any more conversation, will you not introduce yourselves to us?
I'll step.
Of course. Oh, by all means.
My name is Cadin. This is Maxine. I gesture to Maxine. Sam.
Before he says Sam,
Oh.
I should chime in. My name is Gimli, son of Glowin, House of Durin.
You talking about copyright earlier, and then they still pull this shit off? Man, you can't be going after these guys. But Sam and Cadin, I'm gonna have you two give me an initiative Which just roll your dex and add your initiative, because Cadin would not have waited for you if he was just going down the row. So let's find out. Sam
19.
has a 19.
I got 0 dex.
So just regular dex, you said?
Yep, it's just a dex, because I think there needs to be combat enabled for initiative rolls to work or something, right? Okay, yeah. So Sam rolled a 19. Cadin, you rolled a 9. So yeah, before you were able to blurt out Sam, as soon as you were gesturing in Sam's direction, Sam blurted out. What did you say again? Fucking Gimli?
Gimli.
Yeah, goddamn, dude. All right. And last up.
Well, nobody did.
While introductions are happening, can I go on my visor, my Dynasty Omni device, and just send in a request for information?
Or something?
I want to see if there is anyone with this woman's name in Anubis Security.
Which, the one that the prisoner?
Yeah.
Zariah?
Yeah.
And you're looking for just information.
Yep, just trying to see if...
So an information
that
requisition form is what you're going to be filling out. And you're going to, snapshot these mug shots and send them up to ASEC in hopes for a return?
Yeah, and if there's any, what are you begging for help for again? And just to be like, I'm doing work for Mr. Cooper.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you push that out just to make sure there is still some kind of typing that you have to do. So give me a stealth roll as you try to do this in front of everybody without them drawing suspicion, or without drawing suspicion to yourself.
That's 15.
Okie doke.
Damn, that's a good plus you got.
Yeah, it's +8.
That's pretty gross.
It's gross.
Yeah. All right, you send that off, and no one's speaking up about it, at least, so you're feeling okay. Daario also did get introduced. We didn't forget about Daario.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. But after the
fuck
introduction,
you.
get that out of your mouth. All right. So, Alber looks back and gives you all kind of a shallow but gracious nod at your introductions. It is a pleasure to meet you all. This one here, this criminal, she killed, stole, and tried to flee. We had formed an agreement early on when we had arrived on this planet to work with one another, and she had chosen to try and betray our trust. She is better off dead. But as I understand it, that is not the way of the human empire. So we are simply taking her to the authorities to be dealt with in your own ways, as he kind of gestures his hand towards you all in a curt nod of understanding or gesture.
Sam will look back between my group and him. Just, what the fuck?
Did I perhaps misunderstand? The others did not seem to have any objections to this course of action.
I'm indifferent to whatever you do in this regard, but...
May we get a minute with your prisoner? See if she is the one we're looking for?
His eyes will narrow, and Sam, I'm gonna need you to roll me a deception. Or no, I guess it would be a persuasion with disadvantage, because you're not really deceiving him.
Okay, disadvantage.
Also, all of your rolls are coming in privately.
Oh, are they?
Probably in the
That came
chat
in
box.
as. Oh, they were, yeah, it was in private, but they came in 9.
Okay. Actually, I had a way to reveal this, didn't I? I did. Bingo. I could also do that with your roll earlier. Yeah. All right. With the roll of 9, this guy, and he is also going to roll a history. Okay. Sam, as you make that call, Alber's eyes narrow. And for a moment, though his face doesn't turn away from you, his eyes do, and look in the direction of Cadin. If I had heard correctly, your purpose here was to discover the whereabouts of someone who had not made it on the planet successfully.
Well, they very well may have made it successfully on the planet. We don't know. We're looking for someone. Whether it's one of you, I'm not sure yet.
Well, perhaps it would be more appropriate. You had claimed that there are people within Fontaine who are for some reason interested in our party. If we were to bring this one to the authorities, then it would be out of our hands, and Fontaine may do what they wish. If this is the one that they are looking for, then they shall have her.
Well, the roundabout. We're all here already.
There seems to be some confusion.
There certainly does.
What is important is that we get a clear understanding what your intents in Fontaine are, and a clear understanding of who you are. As we were sent, we were expecting 4. You're 5.
I do not believe we had been... I believe we have been quite clear with our intentions. We have arrived on this planet through the means of Abscorp. If I am understanding correctly, they are owned by Dynasty, which even on my worlds they are well known. And we are destined for Fontaine in search of this great library. We seek information about the planet and what we may find here. I believe information is quite key, and Fontaine's great library may be of great importance of understanding this curious planet.
Now, if my employer was expecting 4, where did the 5th member of your group come from? How long ago did the 5th member come into your group here?
Let me perhaps ask a better question. Why does your employer believe our group to be 4, not what we have here?
That's just the way intel works sometimes. Now, if there is a situation in the past between when you dropped and right now, where another member joined your previously group of 4, hypothetically, when would that have happened? And if that isn't the case, I have another question. You mentioned your prisoner killing. Who did they kill? Could answer these questions. That would be ideal. Thank you.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Now,
That's
if
a 16.
nobody is in a rush, everyone can hang out here for a whole day. And I can order a thing.
Yeah. Let's get some pizza airdrop. Come on, guys. Okay. Well, if you so wish to know, though I will say before divulging, I believe we are providing quite a bit of information with very little in return. This does not appear to be a fair trade in my books.
You're looking to work with the authorities in Fontaine. We are here on behalf of the authorities in Fontaine, so you're going to answer my question, sir.
Give me an intimidation roll.
That's a 3.
With the please at the end.
Yeah, you forgot the please.
With your raised voice, this gentleman here is actually going to take a step up. And the augments and his eyes begin to glow in a brilliant green hue. As
My eyes are going to start glowing blue to counter his, like, at the same time.
He doesn't seem to care about you, kid, and as he continues to look at Maxine. And as he steps forward, his fist in a almost ready position as he kind of raises it in front of him. Kind of stiff, though. Alber calls out, "Jaro! No. We are not here to create enemies. These people are simply here under business. Business I can understand, even if their terms may be misunderstood. Step down, Jaro." And he does. I wish to learn more about you all as well as we continue to have this conversation. But I will tell you our brief journey. If you agree to give us assistance to reach Fontaine in a timely manner. The longer we stay out here, the less likely we are to reach the city before night falls. Do we have a deal? As he gestures out a hand for a handshake towards Maxine.
If everything here checks out, then we would be more than happy to see you on the way to Fontaine.
And will you shake on it?
I'll put out my hand.
You do it. His hand is oddly warm to the touch. Almost feels like someone who has a perpetual fever. But as you let go, he smiles thinly. Kind of gives you the shivers, actually. As you notice some of his teeth seem to be just spikes, jagged spikes. Very well. As many who have arrived on this planet, I would assume, I had arrived here with a colleague of mine. These others are strangers to me. However, we found ourselves awoken in the same capsule. 2 of our members did not make it. The front of our ship seemed to have taken the brunt of the landing, and they were unable to depart with us. There were 6 of us. We had traveled for some time. We had found strange creatures. Mutated, it would seem, by some form of perhaps radiation or unknown phenomena. But along the way, we had decided to agree to work together and find a way of shelter and a way of surviving, working with one another and our own strengths. For some reason, these others call me their boss. But I do not find myself as such. My colleague is the one who is no longer with us. This fiend, as he looks back in distaste towards the female that's with the group. She had killed my dearest in our sleep. Perhaps it is out of jealousy or spite, or perhaps she is simply xenophobic of our kind. I do not know, and now that my kin is gone, her life is of nothing to me. And this one here will pay the price for it. However, my people are very respectful of the younger races of the universe. We are within the Empire's Federation, and as such, we will comply with the laws of the people we are visiting. And as such, I will take her to the nearest city that we are able to find. We had chosen Fontaine, as a reason I have already explained, for information. We will be visiting the great library of Fontaine, And while we are there, we will hand her to the authorities there. What becomes of her after is of no consequence to us. Once we have learned what we can within the libraries of Fontaine, we will likely depart. And that is all. Is that sufficient for you?
While I speak, I'm gonna try to watch closely. I'm just looking for any signs that he might be hiding anything, you know.
Sure, give me an
trying to
insight.
be shady.
And as you're all listening, you are all welcome to roll me an insight.
That's a 12.
Two.
9.
6.
All right. Cadin, are you participating or are you good?
I am. I'm just pulling it up right now.
Okay.
We shouldn't have helped.
All right. As you all listen to his story, it all comes across very genuine. He seems very heartfelt about the people he travels with. He seems very genuine with his intent with his group and his commitment to this group. He also seems very genuine in his distaste and spite towards the one who is currently held as their prisoner. One that, from the story, sounds as though she had betrayed this group and done far worse by taking the life of one of the members. And yes, as he tells his story, it is full of emotion, almost as if telling a story. Perhaps it's just the way this guy is. Perhaps, well, none of you guys here, I believe, know much about the Demon Empire, do you? I think I had one party member having some knowledge, but I don't think he's with us today. Yeah.
I don't know.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunate. But yeah, he seems genuine to all of you.
All right, Alber, if I may, to repay some information with some information. The reason that you having 5 amongst you as opposed to 4 is has to do with who my employer is. We were sent go far enough up the chain and it's Dynasty, and they've got some insight into where you came from here. So if you could, if anyone among you could tell me about the other member of your drop, if they wore any particular kind of uniform.
As I had mentioned, the front of our vessel took the brunt of the landing. And his eyes seem to kind of gesture in a, do you get what I'm saying? Kind of eyebrows raised. They were not able to leave with us. And we were
Nothing left to see.
We did not really consider a reason to try.
Well, unfortunately, that makes things a little bit more difficult on my end here. Because without you being able to tell me if there was a, well, let's put it bluntly, a uniformed member of Anubis security with you, or someone of some other branch of Dynasty's overall organization, or if in fact one of you has worked with Dynasty in such a capacity, then well, as I said, it makes things really difficult, and unless we're looking to wait here until I hear back from my handler about what's going on with your whole situation, then we're gonna have to find some other way
Ah,
to come to an understanding.
that is unfortunate, as his eyes kind of wander downwards and back at you, Maxine. ASEC is a very troublesome group to deal with. They seem to...
Oh, they certainly are.
You perhaps familiar with Anubis?
I am familiar. Interestingly enough, we did come across a pod some time ago. I was curious if it might have been yours, but the numbers didn't add up. There were only 3 survivors of that pod. The rest were shot. It was a whole thing. But their member of ASEC, we could account for. She was shot in the pod, but there should have been one with yours as well. And if you have no idea who that was amongst your group, then...
That is quite fascinating that you say that. Do you mean to say that Anubis had joined each of these pods in their operation?
There's some. At the very least, and yours was one of them. Again, we are, my group here is here on behalf of Dynasty, unfortunately as it is, but they've got information that they provided us with, so, and that is how we know these things. There should have been an ASEC soldier or scout or something with your ship.
His eyes begin to kind of distance from the group, and he seems to be mumbling something to himself as he kind of... You notice that his head kind of starts to nod a little bit in the process. Ah, I see. So you were sent to determine what has happened. It is all making sense now. With the Dynasty bringing people through Abscorp to this planet. They wish to expand into this region. So it is true, Dynasty is encroaching on other territories. You have been...
Well, encroaching is the corporate thing to do, isn't
I suppose, but when they begin to interfere with galactic sectors that do not belong to them, then it becomes a bit of a problem for us all.
What's your history, if you don't mind me asking, with ASEC? You clearly don't like them, but...
I do not know many outside of the human empire that does like, as you put it, Dynasty. Dynasty is very much a plague in the Great Order. They are driven by something unholy, something impure, something that does not consider the order of business and thinks only of itself. If left to its own devices, my people believe that it will be the folly of the world and much more. This planet and my reason for coming here was to see some of what their initiatives may show for others in the future. And from what I see, and from this, as he looks back and forth between the 4 of you, from this encounter, I see that none of you are aware just how much influence they seem to have.
No. I don't know if this is going to mean anything to you, but when they get rambling on in their high and mighty ways, the Dynasty folk, and all of their subsidiaries and all that nonsense. And they say things like talking about knowing your place in the Great Order. Does that mean anything special that you might be aware of?
Special? No.
Yeah.
His eyes narrow as he listens to you.
When I heard it, I always figured it's just some sort of high and mighty corporate talk, make the corporation seem like it's the best thing around. You say a Great Order, and it sounds important. But then you're talking about, I don't know, making it sound like they're gonna... What, are they gonna try to... I don't know. I'm gonna fully just look at Cadin. Say, I think I've lost the track here.
Maxine's wheels are turning way too hard right now. But he's observing, he's listening, he's looking very calm and collected, and the one next to him, Jado, still, with exception of the one gesture earlier, returns to this very almost like statuesque, just unmoving, on guard, observing all of you. The three behind Alber is a bit more human in their response. The female obviously is being kind of watched closely by the one keeping an eye on her, and the one with the rifle is still kind of in a semi-battle ready, keeping an eye on all of you. But it sounds like there's still a bit of a standstill that we are dealing with here, and well, I think we may need to continue the rest of this next time on Horizon Exploration as we reach our 3 hours. So,
Oof.
Yeah.
Man.
What is going on?
I don't know, but I'm getting my steps.
You're getting your steps in? Yeah. Let's go.
Maybe in all honesty, I should tell him my name's not really Gimli, and that we have a Koji.
Yeah, you guys didn't even mention that there's a big guy in the car still, but
Because they didn't detect him.
no.
I honestly couldn't even remember. I know we were here to find these guys, but I'm I forget why. I'm does something happen where they're a missing member? But I'm trying to bullshit my way through this with this guy.
Yeah. Now you guys are. Is it far from the mark if you're questioning who's in the right and who's in the wrong now? Well, what'd you guys think? Yeah, I think let's call it a break here. We'll continue the rest of this interaction next time. Maybe we'll call it a 21.5 next.
I wanted to get a brawl so bad.
I know. I mean, you can, but
I'm trying to be relatively stable and not light shit up, but we'll see.
I so wanted to just start blasting, but
I was like, can we just blow some shit up? I'm trying to be more restrained.
you guys.
I'm trying to be part of the kin and trying not to get into fights because
I had to blow shit up.
Man, you know it only gets harder once you listen to their stories, right? Oh man, I totally
They're
set
all
this.
bad guys. Kill them all. If they're good people, we find it later. It's too late to change it, so it's fine.
Man, on one hand, you guys had every opportunity to come in guns blazing. On the other hand, I'm stoked that you guys let this guy talk for as long as he did.
Thank you. I agree.
he's not an important character.
Oh no, not at all.
guys, what if we just become best friends with Albert?
What if we just stay here, take over a narrow trade company together?
Hey, we were looking for a fight. Maybe we just go in guns blazing. Kick the doors down at Narrow.
I'm not gonna lie, and I think I'll share this thought just because I would encourage you consider the intent for me being surprised, but two of the members of this group right now are wildly strange in appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys didn't ask them anything about it.
I mean, I feel like Sam has seen some weird shit already.
Sam maybe makes sense, yeah, because you might be a bit more familiar with the other races as they exist, but like
Yeah, like I haven't seen demons, but I've seen dragons, so they're close.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can end up with a Sam, then I guess they can end up with an Alber.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. You guys are like, oh, we got our weird guy. You guys got your weird guy. Cool.
I'm local. I probably know about as much as about either of them. So
Yeah, same. I don't know any of them.
Well, what do you guys?
He's something though. I want to know what.
Vince is like, man,
what
the fucking
them eyes
world
do,
turned
though.
something purple.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think of this group? This new group
Koji
that
still
showed
thinks
up.
that Sam's just a short person.
Fair. Well, you guys.
We cleared this up.
Yeah, I think
He's
you guys
just
did.
ridiculously tall.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I don't trust Alex's mustache.
Dude, I saw that generated. I'm like, oh, this guy looks creepy as fuck. He looks like he has that pedo stash. His face is like weirdly wide. He has those lips that he might be like slapping together in the morning. I don't know.
I gotta go, guys.
I hate him. We're killing Alex.
Yeah, have a
first.
good night, dude. All right, Cadin had to drop, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. This was I've been waiting to introduce a new drop pod party to the group, and you guys had your chance to shoot him, but you didn't. So we're gonna continue this next time on Horizon Exploration. We'll probably call it a 21.5 just because it kind of is stopping mid-story or mid-interaction here. But for anyone tuning in, thank you all for watching. Make sure to push those goddamn buttons because, well, we hope to continue to do this and we enjoy doing it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, we may be back in 2 weeks or 1 week, but you'll find the YouTube reminder up early this week. So check it out. Make sure to click that button so that you get notified, and we'll catch you next time. So have a good night, everybody. And as always, take it easy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.